Right off the bat, you might be looking at this video and wondering, why the hell does he still have Christmas lights up on my Christmas tree in my background behind me? And really, the only answer I can give you is because it's pretty and it makes me happy. And I need that right now in my life. So let's just go with it, shall we? So while I'm not normally a big fan of New Year's resolutions, because of course I personally think that resolutions were made to be broken, it's kind of how it goes. I am, however, a fan of making goals for the upcoming year. And we are now into 2025. I'm finally not hacking up a lung. I feel good enough to make a video, my first video of 2025, talking about what my goals are here on the internet, here on YouTube, and across all the places where I make content. I've even put them in list form because that means you're serious. For those of you who don't know me, I'm your host, Master Samurai Darkside Rob. I used to post on YouTube, but now I'm starting that again because basically any platform can close at any point. So diversify, diversify, diversify. You always have to make sure you have content everywhere you possibly can. I guess that's a goal without putting it in a goal. I'm just going to start reading these off. Number one, stick to a regular schedule when it comes to posting and streaming. And I have a number formula, a maths formula, it's not really maths, that I'm going to stick to do this, which is 3 streams a week, 2 YouTube videos a month, and 1 podcast every week. For the longest time, I've always streamed on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays on Twitch TV, which I'm probably going to expand to YouTube and maybe other stuff. I don't know. I'm probably going to do YouTube video posts every 2nd and 4th week of the month. In addition to, I really want to get back to doing a podcast. I do have hosting for podcast services, which is I've been paying for the last 2 years without using, much like my Final Fantasy 14 subscription. Don't you start with me about MSQ shit. I see you out there. You're chanting MSQ in the background and I can see what you're doing. Plus, podcasts are huge right now. And even though I started doing podcasting back in 2009 when no one gave a damn, it's so screw it. But yeah, that's the plan for that. Number 2. I kind of want to get back to making more edited content and more scripted content as opposed to just doing react videos. I don't know whether TikTok is going to be here or not be here in the next 3 months. We just experienced the 24-hour blackout of TikTok. But, you know, I kind of have the streams for spur of the moment content where I talk about stuff just in the moment. But then I kind of want to use YouTube and even TikTok and Instagram to do stuff that requires some editing and some legwork and some scripting and, you know, make stuff that's a little bit more substantial. Number 3, I would really love to get my voice in a video game or an animated show. Now, some of you may know this, some of you may not know this, but when I'm not posting content on the internet, I do voice acting. And currently right now I do voice acting for audiobooks, narration and character work, as well as editing and post-production. Here are the audiobooks. You can find them on Audible right now and more coming later this month. But the one thing I haven't gotten yet is I haven't gotten my voice in a video game or animated series. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. That is definitely something that is gonna take some work and take some effort on my part, but I'm willing to put in the work and I'm willing to sort of, you know, try stuff I haven't tried before in order to see if I can get my voice in a video game. I'm going to give it my best shot this year, and we'll see what happens. Number 4, release tracks of music that I have not yet gotten around to finishing. So this one's interesting because back in 2018, I actually released a full album of music. And in 2020, I released an extra track, both of which you can find on Bandcamp. You can only find them on Bandcamp because none of my music is on Spotify for a reason, because Spotify kind of sucks. And I have probably about 40 to 50 other tracks of unfinished music that I've just never gotten around to for one reason or another. This year, I'd really like to make some of that music a reality, get it out to you, have people listen to it. And I definitely want to spend some time working on that in videos that I post to YouTube or on TikTok or on Instagram, and even show you the process behind me making those tracks on Twitch, which I've talked about for a very long time and haven't done since probably 2018 or 2019. More music, more often. I'm not going to say Papa John's because fuck that company. Number 5. So I would love to get 10,000 followers on every platform that I'm on. I know that that's going to be harder on certain platforms than others and easier on certain platforms than others, but I've never hit that marker on any platform that I'm on. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, none of them. I'm going to set the goal at 10K for the end of the year for every platform I'm on, and just, you know, try to make cool shit so that people want to come inside the tent and grab a beanbag chair and sit down and watch for a while. We'll see how that goes. I think that's a reasonable number. Moving on. Number 6, I don't have, I'm holding this, so I can't, I'm just going to say the number. Number 6, make more videos from YouTube scripts, music, tech, games. That sort of goes back to the other one I was talking about. Make more better scripts for more better YouTube videos. Number 7, this one's sort of more of an offline. I have to stop doing this where I don't just say what the thing is. Number 7, bloody, bloody, bloody. Stay fit, stay healthy, keep working out, and maybe meet that special someone. So this one is just sort of a general rule for me. The next couple of years are going to be nuts. And I have to make sure that I stay in control of the things I can stay in control of, which is my physical health, my mental health, staying fit, staying healthy, going out and seeing people, being with friends, being with family, and also putting myself out there to meet people. It's very important now, maybe more than ever before, that we all do whatever we can to take care of ourselves. Our lives cannot only consist of this little box that we put ourselves in far too many hours of the day. Number 8, sing more and post more singing content. So some of you may or may not know this, but in addition to voice acting, I am also a trained, I guess, semi-professional singer. I mean, I've done concerts and performances, and I've sung both solo and in a chorus setting. And many times I've tried to do singing content and music content on social media platforms, and I sort of get in my own way. I sort of feel like, well, I'm not good enough to do this and make this kind of whatever. But the reality is that I actually think I am. I've been saying for years, just put the singing content out there. Do something with music, do something with singing, do something with your voice, record it, post it, and don't worry so much about it. If it means something to me, I need to take that initiative and actually sing. So I have to go out and make that important to me. Number 9, post more updates and outtakes from my VO work. So I've done a couple of these videos in the past. I just take outtakes from my VO work and I make a whole video around them.
So legally, technically, it was a weapon, not a baseball instrument. Instrument? I'd like to hear Mozart's baseball home run in D flat minor, please.
And they're really funny because outtakes are always funny. And I have no problem with letting people laugh at my foibles and my fuck ups. Sometimes the tongue twisters just write themselves.
There was a high-end Hyundai. There was a high-end Hyundai. There was an I-N Hyundai. Good job.
Number 10, live stream new things, music production, voice acting. I don't want to just stream video games. I love the video game industry. It is one of my favorite things in my life, but I don't want it to be the only thing in my life. I definitely want there to be a balance between like a third of my time for video games, a third of my time for voice acting, a third of my time for music. I think I can make that balance work. I know there are a lot of people who say when you do stuff on social media, you have to focus on one thing and that's it. There is a way, I think, to be a jack of all trades on the internet. There is no reason why this has to be a platform where we only have people who focus on one thing and that's the only thing they do well. And of course, from my perspective, I like to think I do a lot of things mediocre. It's fine. No, actually, no, I take that back. Are we only at number 11? My goodness. Number 11, post more from my trips, both past and future. Let's just be really real here. Travel vlogging is not as easy as it looks. You feel like if you have stuff that's good that's in the can, it should be easy to turn it into stuff that people want to watch. That's not always the case. I am terrible at posting videos from my adventures. I have hundreds of hours of videos from all of the years that I've gone on trips. And in fact, I'm going to Japan in March and plan to bring a bunch of equipment with me to document that trip. And I was supposed to post videos from my Paris trip last year and also from my Europe trip last year. I know Paris and France are in Europe, but we also took a bigger trip to, never mind. But there's a whole bunch of stuff from all these trips that I've been to going back to 2014 to now that I would love to share with y'all. And like, personally, I think it's fun to share stuff, even if it isn't necessarily from right now. So if you want to see what I have done in the past, go watch that stuff. Come back and let me know if you want to see some more stuff like that in the future, because I want to make more of that stuff. Number 12. Disconnect from social media more often. I mean, I think we kind of all need to do that, don't we? At some point, we just seem to completely forget about this balance between like post more things, get off social media more. I think there is an argument to be made that we have to find, myself included, more instances to disconnect from this whole thing and find time for ourselves to relax, reflect, and be separated from the internet rather than feel like we have to just be locked in Johnny Mnemonic style all the time where our brains are melting because the 100 megabit drive in our head has run out of space. Number 13, read more books. I have been reading so many books lately. I've been reading the Red Rising series, A Darker Shade of Magic, the V for Vendetta graphic novel again. That one hits different in 2025. But yeah, I think reading books these days has got to become a priority for people again. There's so many books out there. There are so many great books out there. Yeah, please read more. Reading is super, super great. And it's also just a nice way to take a break from the world, and also a great way to help us analyze the world we're currently living in, which is a little bit nuts sometimes, isn't it? Number 14, find more things to do and try in NYC. This one is really important. I haven't really made a lot of videos on stuff in New York City, and I love this city. I grew up here. I've lived here my whole life. New York City is my home. It's my backyard. I feel like I would love to, get out more and share a video every now and then about something in New York City that I really, truly love. There's a lot of New York City content creators. I would be one of millions. But also there's a fun way to do that that makes sense for me. So if you all want to see that, I'd be down to do that. Number 15, write more essays, short stories, and scripts. So I come from a writing background. My family are all writers as well as, performers. And it's just something that has always been a part of me. Ever since I was a kid, I've written essays, short stories, fan fiction. Don't get me started on that one. That's a whole other video I could make a thing about.
2 seconds later.
I was a bit of a tortured theater kid growing up. And so some of those, I made a pretty sort of John Wick style Pokemon fan fiction series. It was brutal. It was dark. It was awesome. I fucking love that. I was like, Pokemon seems too cute. What if we just make this like Pokemon meets Blade or something? But anyway, yeah, I definitely want to do more writing this year. I have a whole book filled with sort of short stories and screenplays and script ideas and essays and just write more. Like I thought about making a Substack. I thought about posting more stuff to Medium. So I'm always writing, but I would love to do more creative writing. Again, it's just much like the music. I just have to make something that I believe in and put it out there. Number 16, IRL stream in New York City. That one's going to be hard. I don't know if I have the gear for that, but I also need to see, I would love to do an IRL stream when I'm in Japan in March. I've never really done an IRL stream. It's something I would look into and something I'm curious to see if I can pull off. Number 17, revamp my Patreon website, Twitch channel, logo, emotes, layout, transition, and alerts. Yeah, so I have a lot of layouts and designs for everything that I use that I haven't really updated or refreshed in a long time. And I would love to have, people come in and look at, my website design, my layout for Twitch TV, my icons and emotes for all those platforms, my alerts, my transitions, and sort of come up with a plan to, make those things more modern and, fresh for 2025. Hopefully that's something I can capitalize upon during the course of this year. Number 18, say yes to huge opportunities, even when scary. So this is one that I think, is one that I have had trouble with for many years now. When things feel like a yes, say yes to them. I believe that in my bones. I can't say no to things just because they're scary. When big opportunities come along, you say yes. When someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. Number 19, be proud of my successes, but be okay with attempts that fall a little short. I personally have tried a lot of things and not all of them have always worked out. Some have not. And I spent a lot of time feeling bad for some of the things that didn't work out exactly the way I hoped I would. And that isn't really helpful. The best part of doing all of this is that successes will come. You will reach certain milestones just by showing up. But other things are going to take more work and be harder to accomplish. As long as I'm moving in the right direction and doing the things that I think will help bring this stuff forward into 2025 and beyond, that is a win. That is a victory. Doing nothing results in nothing, but doing something will absolutely get you a whole lot further. I'm sure I heard that in a Dead Mouse masterclass one time. Last one, number 20. Make content that brings people joy, but also make content that says something, and be a place for good, positivity, and inclusivity. This one is really important for me because I have always felt like no matter what happens, I want to make people laugh and I want to make people smile and I want to bring people joy and good things with my content and make this someplace where people feel like they can turn here, they can find something entertaining, and they can walk away feeling better than when they showed up. But that also means that it has to be a place where everyone is welcome, no matter your background, no matter your walk of life. People here who feel like they are marginalized in other communities, y'all are welcome here. It's going to be a chaotic year. There's every indication that things are going to be upside down and backwards, but we need to make this world the world we want to see in the future. And that starts with content creators like myself and other people out there saying, yes, you are seen. Yes, you are heard. Yes, you are welcome here. You will always be welcome here. And we all are in this together. And if you're a force for good and I'm a force for good, then we are a force for good together. With that in mind, I'm going to wrap this up by saying, I don't know what 2025 is going to be like. It's going to be a bit crazy, I think, but I'm going to be here. Y'all are going to be here. And whatever I do here, I can be the best content creator that I can be. I can be the best person that I can be. And I can bring the best people from out there in here together to build something just fucking awesome. And that's really all I have to say about it. Those are my goals for 2025. Those are my goals for the next couple of weeks, months, and the rest of the year. And I'm excited to get started. Yeah, hashtag make something every day. I plan to, and I'm going to start right now. That's going to do it for me, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be good to each other. Stay safe, everybody. Until next time. You can catch me on twitch.tv/DarksideRob. You can catch me over at Original Darkside Rob on TikTok and Darkside Rob on Instagram. And I'm Darkside Rob on Blue Sky as well. And all of those links are available in my link tree. That's going to do it for me. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Until next time. Peace out, friends. Much love. See you later. I have literally 1 minute and 56 seconds left on the memory card. That was way longer than I meant for it to go. Oh God. And now I have to edit this down. Cool.